Welcome back to Bay Area Focus. Over 60% of the population in North America has at least one social media account. But is the connection to social media disconnecting us from each other? Social media expert Devin Martinez is sitting down at our table now to answer all our questions. And Devin, I have a lot of questions for you. First of all, what role is social media playing in our culture?
So I want to be very particular when I answer this because, I mean, we all have smartphones, right? But social media is more so the current state of the internet. That's what it is today. It's not necessarily this like place for young people to hang out anymore, right?
Yeah.
So how many times have you called somebody or maybe sent them a text message and they don't respond to you? But then you go on Facebook or Twitter, Instagram, and they posted something or they're talking to somebody else.
Sure.
Even like for me, like when I left this morning, people were sending me comments saying, hey, call me, call me, call me. So it's the main vehicle for communication for us, and I think that gets overlooked more than anything. It's very, very valuable in regards to communication.
Okay, and you mentioned the young people are on it, but a lot of us, people who are a little more seasoned, I don't want to say older, we're on it too. You know, we're using it.
So yeah, it's beginning to get to a point to where it's not, like I was saying earlier, it's not just some place for young kids to hang out. It's, I think like anything else, when you have an evolved state of anything, people start to see the value in it, and that's what these platforms are becoming. So they're not necessarily just like a Facebook place for kids to gossip and everything like that. It's literally, you have businesses online running millions of dollars worth of Facebook ads or organizing a certain department in groups just because it's cost effective, it makes more sense. It's a very, very interesting place to be on the internet.
So it's interesting because social media, it actually seems like it connects a lot of us, and especially, you know, connects us to people that maybe we haven't talked to in a while or don't talk to on a regular basis. But is it, if we're doing it too much, is it actually disconnecting us from each other?
So I had this conversation with a lot of people as well, but they are not necessarily practitioners of the use of these platforms. Yes, it could be an enabler, but I think anything could be like that, right, for a human decision. Anything could be an enabler for a negative decision, right, disconnecting.
Sure.
But if you have the vehicle for it, basically we just have a lot of potential to connect with everybody. I have family members that I'm in groups with that I've never met in my life, but if Facebook wasn't there, I'd have no idea who they were. And then when I talk to them, I go ask my dad or my mom, like, hey, like, who is this? And they tell me stories about them when they were kids. So I think there's more positive than negative. I think negatives with anything, that's all human decision. I don't necessarily think of the platform as an enabler.
What I don't understand is, you know, my cousin had a birthday. I texted her happy birthday. I called her. And then she said, well, you never said anything on Facebook. But I texted you and called you. Isn't that enough? Why do I have to get on Facebook and tell the world? Yeah, that's a whole other question. Okay, so the social media, I mean, it's really playing a role in small businesses as well, not just connecting us to each other.
I want to be like very, very specific with this also, mainly just because a lot of people are overlooking this, and it's getting to the point to where we're going to move into another state of the internet very, very soon in regards to just distribution of content. But if right now, if you are not spending money on Facebook ads, if you're not running ads on Instagram, you are missing a big opportunity to be on a level playing field with the consumer, right? So big brands like Pepsi or Walmart, they're on Twitter, and everyone's like, well, this is like a huge brand. They're never going to see me. But if you are a local mom and pop shop, you have like endless amount of opportunities to gain consumers just by going to say hi to people, responding back to comments on your Instagram or whatever platform it may be.
Sure, that's how you get the word out. So why is Facebook still the #1 platform?
Facebook is the #1 platform, and I don't mean to geek out too much, mainly just because it is set up like an artificial intelligence. It's not like any other platform, and I'm not going to go too in-depth and geek out a whole lot, but the amount of data that they're collecting in regards from everybody, like through emoticons and seeing how people feel, talking about your day, geolocations, reviews on like your favorite restaurants. They have enough information from us to, and I don't mean to sound scary when you say this, but to really push us in a very, very, I think, valuable direction in regards to not being sold to like we have been in the past, where we were getting pushed advertisements on TV and everything like that. It's more catered content.
Okay. You geeked out a little bit, but that's okay. That's okay. We all understand it. That's the thing. Thank you so much for coming on the show and telling us all about social media. There you go. Get on whatever platform you want to get on. And, of course, you can check out what Devin is doing on his social media accounts. Just search Iamsymphony. That's going to do it for our show this week, but we will be back with more Bay Area Focus next week. Have a great day.